officially plugged into the Overview Podcast. Overview.
From the capital, this station is now the ultimate power in the universe, baby. Overview Radio, bring you Overview Podcast with your boy Joey. Ladies call me Botswana because I'm way too fly. And since I'm way too fast and chilling with the boy from Dublin today, I call myself Hey, Chief Ghost.
What's up, Papa?
What's happening?
Is it chilling?
Yeah, we have, dude, I don't know if it's a visitor in the country or can I the return of the prodigal son, something like that, huh? We have none other than Setlhomo, Raymond, Tshwanelang. Welcome to the show, my guy.
Thank you.
So, like you're too professional, though, huh?
Our voice to men.
Some voice to men. Yeah, I believe there's this camera, right?
Yeah.
Right? Hey, say something to the people, my nigga. Tell them that you're in the country and we're podcasting here to Botswana. Just say something to them, man. There's your camera.
I'm with Joey here and with his crew here in UB. And and I hope you are doing well.
One time. Are you done?
Yes.
All right.
It is.
Maloba Nori, first things first. Before there was a day you we posted a couple of things. We were one so land hela Botswana. Obatla Motaso because Motaso so hakala a go talla land. So but a location hela go tlo motshware ka diatla. Hey, utsile, have you ever made
unfortunately nobody pinned the location for me. I wish they had. Hopefully we would have resolved whatever that we would have, because every time Motaso he'd just pick a battle with me out of the blue, nothing or any other thing, and then he would just scandalize me, and then when I respond, sometimes I don't respond, not all the time, but apply a victim. What he has achieved a lot of things. Fair enough for him. I've seen riches, I've seen poverty, I've experienced both. And actually, I want him to grow in Nemoto, but in growing, of course, honestly, and of course, with the respect to the people. Yes, without joker there and there, but it does not necessarily mean that any person no longer they don't agree with you ba jealous there is no life outside that, and that anyway, he's young. I hope he will learn most things.
So how did this feud between you guys begin, from the onset? Because when I want to post something and I post
my only scene was that there is a friend of mine, Norman. Yes. So now I was just passing jokes, and then he picked it. But at first, I used to like at his things, and I think I have written about him many times that he's a smart boy. I know him from when he was in secondary school. I was here in UB then. We once adjudicated debates there. So it became one thing. And then he had always been a vocal lad. I could tell even have a debate. He's a smart guy. But the boundary, okay, this is a boundary not to cross. But I never cross. At first, I didn't take much of an offense until he eventually said all the things. And I can respond like he took an offense. And I think also one of the things was his fear. You see, when someone is not doing anything honest, because he's not an honest person, And I'm gonna repeat this again. He's not an honest
Motaso.
person. Yes. What he does, he simply deceive and manipulate all the ships that continue to sponsor his gambling. He's not a trader. He's a gambler. I get most people, they confuse traders with gamblers. So Botswana, here you have Motaso and all these guys about and the Malawi panties. Most of them are not traders but gamblers. In their gambling habits, I'm not attacking them. I'm being honest. Some of them would say,
depends on the pink.
they'll say they are managing accounts, and some of them would say, oh, only 50%. When there is loss, we don't account. Put these people and others, oh, you need 1,000 or 500 to learn something that you can pull easily from YouTube. Yes, is that a trade? They're making out of it. But what they are telling people, they don't tell them about the risk that comes with that. And there is one thing that I would like to challenge all of them that may be listening. If there is any trader, he thinks he's a trader in Botswana, not a gambler, I would be happy the account statement. Yes. How are they trading? The trading statement for the last 6 months.
Or like the trading statement.
Yes. Any person who trade, screenshot or these are testimony to some unknown students, or these are testimonies. These are screenshots from whatever my trading thing, the screenshotting and some of them are quite manipulated, some of them are not theirs. So basically, you want something that you can verify. You also want something how I run an academy. An academy has to have 5 people who have done well. If it has been existing for 5 or 6 months, there has to be someone, no, Setlhomo is my former student. He's doing well. Even UB today has me. I'm a graduate from this university. They can show students my face he's doing something for himself. But with them, they can't show you that. They are simply taking advantage of the poverty that exists in Botswana. You know what? Because and those cheap stuff that people no, this is how to do life, which is not.
Right, let us save that for later, like the Forex part and all that. Yeah, guys, like he's already on the mood of podcast now, you know. But usually, we have this segment. It's called Your Last, ne? So what are the 5 things that you have done recently, randomly? Yeah, first things first. When was the last time you? I get you've been away from the country.
Yes.
When was the last time you had proper Tswana food?
In 2016 or 2017. And also I recently had bohobe jwal rotse and pani
Today?
No, I think 2 days back.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, 2 days back.
Yes, probably.
There's a spot called Block 8.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yes,
Oh.
I went there.
So when you crave, you just had to.
Even now, I still give it a what's up, you know.
And I understand that it's not easy to adjust to the once you move there, because I was talking to some guy, what DJ when you go UK. He was just angry, the adjustment that thing is slow blind. So do you what was the to adjust to the food
Yes, in any society, I'm struggling to adjust to certain things here because I have not been around. Most of them, they are tasteless. Blind.
Compared to
no. And not only that, so most of them, they are lab based, and some of them, they are gore dikuko tsa teng tse di golang ka bonako tse leng gore ga di tsa rona tse kgona go tshwara setswana ko sekgweng kwa o bo e riana. So to me I always felt like they lacked some certain vitamins that are found more in nature. Yeah, so no, that's why most people buy quite just thing hello naka pasta just the basics one. But how it's always good to try how do they go tasty hela yone in night difara gape just
all right, second question. When was the last time you had sex?
I don't fornicate. I'm waiting for marriage.
We can bet $100 that it was with a white woman. Oh, can I even know so? What is it? Bagonetse rakano go tenya ra go amogela re like I remember because like people were making a fuss like the day that you arrived, but we're like, this guy's offline for the longest time now. He's probably with some black woman somewhere.
Yeah, I've been to many nice places around and jalo go bona batho hela. So ya no mbone ka re ke ipheditse bo tenya ora re monona o dira benya somewhere which wasn't true.
So like you haven't done it like ever since you came back?
I don't fornicate. I'm waiting for marriage. That's the only time I'd fornicate after marriage.
Yeah, hi. When was the last time you made like a bank transaction?
Bank as in sending or depositing?
Like whatever, like sending, depositing, receiving.
I think I might have made a bank transaction today.
Oh, today?
Yes.
So
I don't have the local banks, so I'm forced to use my bank. Having been going to Botswana, most of the time we don't use cash as often as here. So we don't take cards the basics.
Oh, so like that you don't use cash much?
Yes, we don't use it as much as here. Here, hey, cash.
So like
airtime, for instance. Hasna cash ya go pala ha ka tsona le go gate. But mo mahatsing a mangwe a leng gore a ha odimunyana gone ha o se ka rata hela nya o siane o ka ithela yes gona ba sa bateng cash ba sa bateng karata mme chances of you finding that are always high.
So like what are the places can you name like a couple of places or outlets eleng gore ha o go tsena go mahatseng like wa fasa gore o dirisa cash? For instance, I go to Norhaki like hawkers and all that, like you cannot buy kakarata. Like what places like do fasa gore reka cash?
The only thing that I know is that the buses, as in Dublin buses, you need coin go duela. I think most millionaire you can top it up more travel card in your house. So my heart's had them born in it's a cashless society, so they lay more the hokare molo italabana machine and so yes. Rona I think would get there, just that I think the reason why our banking fees or banking charges like even haki di bona hela di go godimo, so then now rather take cash than madia di banka kore here bank ka re go charge ga raro kana
2 months
ka re lwa lo yena e kana re lo heta ATM mbe go charge
go chargela gore itila gore la go itila ATM.
The sending and receiving fees are very high, so I think that has forced a lot of people gore ba dirisa yone karata la gape hela gore o khona ithala di machines tse di sa bereke and everything. So
yeah, all right, like the third one now, when was the last time you had a fight with someone? Do like not necessarily a physical fight, but an altercation?
I don't remember. I don't like fighting. Yes.
But like altercation, era kora ngwana na motho a teng le jumpelana na uzukile la.
It might be a friend of mine. I think last week, but it wasn't much. But we did have
friend.
Yes, just a friend.
Oh, okay.
Or a business partner. I would
Oh,
say.
okay.
Yes, so
Alright.
that
Like a white guy.
Yes, that is the only time we had, and but it was just hella. I'd say in a formal setting, so it was.
Oh yeah.
Much, so,
Oh.
Yes.
So like you've never had do like a serious altercation like in a long time.
Ke ba bega diata, that's why ke batla mosmano le ba mpine location a re ke go mospetsa.
The general. Mara gonna like would you really like fight with him or gonna like would you really slap him how much?
No, ha ke mmana tabe ke mmotsa gore o ntwetswa ke. And then of course his response would decide or what the next steps are. Not that I would beat him ke mmona, nna ke tabe ke mmotsa hela gore ha ke ra re ke mosetse morago ke mmotsa gore ke go setse morago yang so that ke se ka go sala morago. Then if ha ile gore ke mosetse morago ke ta ikopa maitshwara go nya merra intshwara ke go setse morago but ha ile gore a go convince ge ke ta go mosetse merra o ntshetse morago.
La yo go nampama ile gore ke mpama e tla nampama.
Something like that.
Hey, young one, when was the last time you like you got like a traffic ticket?
Oh, by the way, I haven't driven in like 5 years.
5 years?
Yes, I haven't driven. 3 days back. So far I have driven more than 300 kilometers. Ke direle side packing e pa lambana. Ke direle reverse packing.
Side packing so like how was struggle in
the side packing? I was shocked because the intention ne le gore because ke dirile lessons a ke dira ye one hale ke rutiwa. So ne le gore ka ra ke tsana teng ke a go teng ke ba ra ke re thabanang because I haven't been in the car for the 5 years ke kgwetsa. Nkgakoleng hana le body said ke be ke tsena hala ke re you know what ke tsa bona ha ya go yenteng ya go tsohelana bi se tsena mo tsela be ke kgona bona bangwe ba kgwetsente mo tsela ba itsenela hela ha ba diriana. So I think it's in the blood and I'm very thankful for that.
Ke bona hore like again before then you mentioned gore you have traveled over 300 kilo, like driving over
yes,
like 300,
yes
like
o
no ile ka phala po go bua o
ke saba go bua go ninkile te mehala nikile bo khakaleng yani
a ona ile mahala pentana go diponi so like one o ile gae like were they happy to see you
ne ke sa go gae ne ke ile ndio nyala tsa Siri sa mansin tsedi makhapila tsedi makhapila ne ke le mo dion tsedi makhapila.
All right guys, yeah, that was just to break the ice and all that. Getting right to it, my guy. Most of us, like, and a whole lot of people, they know you from social media.
Yes.
You know, so like they haven't really like met you in person and like they don't know what and all that. So I'm going to take you back to that cliche question.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nna ke tswa go Serowe ke tswa le ko Mahalape. My mom and my maternal family ba tswa ko Serowe. My father o tswa ko Mahalape. My aunties ba ko Radisele so Mahalape Radisele Tawane. Nka gora ke tswa mo Central so ke go letse mo both of them. Ke tsile ga borone ka university ka tijari.
So like go letse ka sharp
ke go letse half of my life ke go letse mo Serowe, half of my life ke go letse ko Mahalape on the father side.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I've once heard you like on radio that you had like a very difficult upbringing.
Yes.
Queen.
Yes.
And like you're talking about like your parents, your dad,
yes,
something
yes,
like that, like basa available. Like is that so?
Yes,
like please take us through that.
Well, like any other person, my mom wasn't married to my father to start with, and my father. Yes, my father. So both of them were never really present as much as I wish they could have been. They so in terms of having something between them, no was and I felt like anything that I have achieved outside their support. So kisi tiretse o ke ne kisi ba bangwe ba leng gore ne ke nna le bone who stepped up ba khonna go nthuta gore be kisi dira. So bone hela in terms of having played a role, they never fully played it. So but at the moment, me and my mom, we are very good. We are in good terms. Yeah. And my father, unfortunately, not okay. Tough. But even my stepmom, we do have a good relationship. And maybe Hakerland now on my part, growth has led me to accept certain things that I couldn't change. And of course, forge my own future. And how can at my age, at my age now, it's about what have you done, what have you achieved, and what do you intend to achieve. And are you intending to recycle the old legacy, or this and that?
So like like let me catch you in. So like like growing up your grandparents.
Growing up, I was staying with some at first before 6 hours staying with some old woman. She was the matriarch for the Tshwane family. So now until our Madisele. And then from there my uncle, I think I was between 7 and 8. And then we got school grandparents there, neighbors there, and then we got and then my father and the stepmom, and then back to my mom 2 years, and then we got my father again, and then eventually I went to stay with my brothers-in-laws.
So like how did that affect like your upbringing here? Like any negative effects or gonna like let time feel or what?
The only effects that I had was that
like, these guys are making noise. Like what to me like
the only effect that I feel like that had was that so how that is why you feel like it robbed you of the basics of life. It robbed you the things that every child should have. And the only good thing that I feel like it gave me is the ability to do things on my own, the ability to learn things on my own, to forge my own future without having to say, so I was bought by the parents. No. Business opportunity because so that's the only thing. It taught me strength and resilience, of course. The only thing that I felt it did is my relationship with my partners, that sometimes it's a bit straining because certain elements or etiquette I should have learned to give to them, but I had to learn them now. Which things like good morning, good night. Now some of those things I get they never said good night.
So knows.
So
no, are like he's struggling to like live good morning, good night, yara like to the partner.
No, we are busy.
So like how like does it cause like
because to another person you got how much attention, to another person you got wa mutietsa. So ke one e leng gore mathata a leng gore hela onna lo ne hela mo learnshiping, but you try to learn, you try to go through therapy. Like I went through therapy in 2019 until when I completed my postgrad, I think in 2021 or early 2021. So that really helped me a lot. It helped me to discover myself and also my weaknesses. That is why I can even point them out. Because it helped me to discover that. Of course, in doing that, about the road that I have traveled.
Yeah, still sticking on, like I'm glad that you brought up like the relationships part. Motaso, like you are gay. You are gay. Hey, like on that post I'm alone.
Yes.
And then like even me, like Hakira, like this research, like it's like your sexuality has been questioned by a number of people. Hey. And yeah.
You see, mo Botswana ha motho a thapa. A thapa a bogwa sala sekipanyana sa mashana se suga se ba mo mmeleng. Khwatwe ke gay. I've never been gay. Never will. I've never flirted with men. Ke tsene sekolo gone ha 4 years. Ke ne ke shera le majita kwana le gampe go ke ba pile nao ga gona o ka reng monona re ne re mothobaela kana kilare re squatarile ho abari malitiaka. Not that I would be ashamed of that. Sexuality in this era, especially go ke nna ke tswang teng, you are allowed to be what you want to be. And if motho ha bata go nna gay, so be it. The problem is that most people but the fears tsa bona ba di internalize ba di dira gore ke the reality about. Now my sexuality is very straight.
Yes.
So so kana gape you see our society has this element in thinking le ha motho ha mme a le gore onna skono kana motho ha mme le gore she has reached a certain age as an ngwana but abogoto one ha le skono gore la gore she's into sex work ha sana ngwana tabogoto gore la gore she commit abortion but abogoto yes tabo abelelwa dipuo tse dintsintsi gore our society expect certain things to be associated with certain things. It's just a prejudice. Based on anything. And not the hell but I forgive them anyway because certain sexual orientation.
So like are you dating now?
Yes, I'm dating. I have a girlfriend.
Okay.
Like in
Botswana?
Yeah.
So like were you guys there together?
No. Botswana.
So like it was like a
long
distance relationship?
Yes, long distance.
For how long?
Angasaka we are duration. Angasaka we are what if Balabansi?
Bye bye. So like who do you find like who would you say like she's the hottest like woman in Botswana? Like a whole lot of people but Chief Gusto na kaya tingara is just average.
That was a 5.
A 5? I don't know, that's an 8, dog.
There's this other chick. I think she's also on TikTok. What's her name? Oh, Kitsalaga Chief Gustos.
Chef Gustos.
Palesa.
Something like that.
Besides my girlfriend. Yes, besides my girlfriend, it's her.
Oh,
yeah.
So like you actually like when I like crash on my way and like you know way besides her like like
besides my girlfriend, it's her.
Palesa, then who else?
My girlfriend.
Hey, like the third one.
The third one. No, actually, Palasa is the second one after my girlfriend,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
And the third one, most people haven't seen Rapekana. Most people heavily edit their pictures, so you never know what I'm medians in real life. And others, I wouldn't want to comment on them. Mehela, I think Ene, she's very beautiful. Very beautiful.
So like taking you back now, and like from this girl, Madiba, like you went to Madiba, like you always post about that. You came to UB, and I understand that you studies criminology. I don't know if it's from here, kind of studies
I did my bachelor's degree here, which was in criminal justice, and then I did my master's in Ireland, which was also in criminology and criminal justice. Yes, so you did the basics here at UB. Yes.
So like, what are the jobs that you can like in criminology?
So many jobs. It depends on the market. Here, yeah, Kamalobana Kisasokobana. Go transport in a investigator criminology. So around the law enforcement, I'm not sure about the recruitment strategy here, but Botswana Police Service definitely would need someone because they deal with criminals. DIS would need someone, DCEC would need someone, Ministry of Justice. I understand now about in defense, but one of those. But also it goes into the recruiters, if they are aware of what they want. Most of them may not be aware, and also even in terms of compliance, in terms of the banks, and insurance companies. So, but I'm yet to study, of course, the market to Botswana, because now I've never had time to look at the market to Mehela. Criminal justice is part of every institution, I would say. An institution cannot exist without criminal justice.
So, like one thing for sure, say figure spark.
Yes, even though now I want to create my own job, I want to create jobs, because I realized here you need to create jobs, because there are no jobs for people, and even those that are there, they don't pay much to me. Yes, so I think my intention and my desire is to create jobs. Yes.
Like one of the many things about you, say longer like out there, even like you once emphasized, is that you are a critic.
Yes.
So like you are always quick to criticize.
Yes.
Why do you choose to become a critic? And like why you always criticizing like a whole lot of people? Like Dr. Gure, like a whole lot of people.
You see,
Bochengeta, Bokumo Khadira, like a whole lot.
You see, our society mo Botswana ke ya bolope thata ke ta rata la bolope gore ha motho a sa dirisente le tsalago o khona gore mora gore ga wa dira sente bo lusa tsala. So now I've never kore ngare ki tsenya to belong. I never liked to belong. I never belonged. Yeah, so ga ke motho ke ratang go fita ine gore nya so that ke ratiwe ke batla go thoelwa nnete le go ratelwa nnete. Ha ke re our culture ya teng ke leng gore go bipwa mpa ka mabele. So therefore gore bontsi ba batho ga ba rate go bua nnete, and ga ya no tshwana nna ile gore wa iponta ya ka Gure gore go ma go dira mo ke phoso ebile ga e dirana ba le ka go justify a sa re kana mo Botswana le go le Thailand thata ke gore motho a ipona phoso ba re nyame ke dirile phoso ke ta ba akanya. Most people rata go defend even when we are plainly wrong gore nyame ha ke dirile phoso. You can never grow as a human being o sale mo phoso le nna ke khona gore ke bona ba ke ba criticizing. Some of the critics had been overboard. Some of them have been said diriana. I have learned from those. Some of them I harshly judged, but some of them they so deserved it. Like Shinjeta, his thing was just a Ponzi scheme, and even Gure's pills, those things are pseudoscience. Those things are not based on facts, and those things are misleading. And also, di hella di dira gore society helle batho ba siana ba bata dilo gore ba ithiane mo mo dikarolong tsa mmele
like Mama Pele
ka hela yanong e le gore ga gona le batho ba lwalang
Mama Pele hey so like your issue with Dr. Gure ke gore like dio tsa go hadi but I think that Bomra said something right and like they were in favor of Dr. Gure
you see
like the statement that I saw Bomra like
at first they pretended to be, they were not. What they said was that they never, because there was a Twitter space whereby some from different organs were part of that they never had commented or had a presentation and was not. And then later or a week later, they issued another statement. You see, mo Botswana, these regulatory institutions, most of them, favoritism. They don't have a mandate. So even when something is wrong, that is why they protect the people who take advantage of Botswana and who pollute the environment over consumers or victims. So that thing too much politics too much our corporate environment is so toxic and also these regulatory bodies, most of them they exist for the sake of existing. They don't know why they exist in the first place. They don't protect consumers and in that way also protecting the country. No, protect that. That is why at first they were undecided, I would say. They just watched helplessly ba bona go lo go diriwa go mahatseng a itsantsia regulatory body ga ka letalla dio tse go tong gore ke sa dipilisi tsena ibile ile ngaka yo tsene sekolo e sengaka ya strata bo Dr. Malinga kana no ha bona motho a iralo ba la kanya ke bo Dr. Malinga o bo Dr. what bo Dr.
Vomo
yes so ngaka gona le we expect certain things from them. They have taken an oath. We expect honesty from them. We expect accountability from them. They are supposed to uphold morals and ethics tse dingwe tse leng gore di are inspire as the society. Not gore be bana ba simolla ba rekisa bo moporota ka e leng ngaka e tsene mo UB kana e tsene go kae e leng gore ke ngaka e tsene go mo go hela go dira gore le society e be re sa itseetsia e bile go hela go dira gore motho a mme kana batho ba reke dio tse leng gore ga di a siama e ba ipiletsa malwetse a leng gore na le a sa ba letelela. Today Botswana is one of the countries e leng gore ha o bua ka malwetse a mangwe a leng gore ga nna sente a go godimo ha o bua ka dio tse dingwe tse leng gore they are morally questionable di go godimo and it's you and me and others ba leng gore ka le ka go control dio tseo re ka le ka go guide where our society should go.
So like your issue with Gure is that orikisa like the products o melemo tse leng gore like they are not like they're not what
the products that he sell ya ka tsone dipilisi tsa teng they are from AliExpress. They haven't gone through any trials, any testing. Like those are pseudoscience. They are very subjective. And even the pricing, I think, is quite ridiculous. And even the marketing strategy that he had used at that point, even though I'm happy that later he acknowledged the Horudile post. It was Kana Onabua or Hamoto Agrippa or Monamos. Imagine in our society whereby you are trying to instill something selong gore se dira gore motho ha mme e re ha ipona ba nna le loss of esteem. So e le gore gore di wa tse dingwe ga di rekisiwa iphatala tsa inside tone ha e le gore go tshwana le men's clinic. Imagine ba tsamagale ba re lona banna ba eleng gore what tsena nyana ga go rekisiwe yalo. There has to be somewhere whereby I can also feel gore go gona client confidentiality. Anything se dirang le botso go hela it has to be confidential. Ngaka hela ya strata ya stan ha ka consultela ha gare ga mmolo gona gona yana no you would want to gore le iphithenyana a khone because botsogo ke sephirisa motho gona botsogo jo leng gore motho e hana mathata gore ka bosharanya mme ke na le mathata ana elene a batang go itse se setšhaba kana go ruta batho e seng gore e be ile gore ngaka ya riana kana gampe go gora ha ke ka heta hana re tse dipilisi tse ne gore ke heta ga go Gure be ke gora ba basadi ba bothe ba tetsemba ke ba nang le mathatale gora la gore ya wa bona bo gora la gore that thing hela e lene hela ma affect la business ka gore some clients tsa ba tshaba go ateng gore ya gore ha ke bona ko ngakeng ya me nna gongwe ke etse sengwe hela se se le batho ba akanyetsa gore gora gore le nna ke tetse go fixa.
I didn't see it that way, yeah?
Yeah, so learning name affect even his reputation and credibility as a person. Yes, he's someone who deal thata le dilo tsa dikobo mme le ene na tshwantse a lebella gore dilo tse dingwe di hela dira gore ere batho di client dita e batho ka gore la gore yana le yana. So now I believe that I also helped him to avoid that because he's one of the inspiring doctors in the country. He has also discussed certain issues that most men or most people were not willing to discuss, and has been freely there and freely offering information to many Botswana. Le nna ke ithutile go le go ntsi mo go ene ke tswala ntse ke ithuta certain things mo go ene ibile tse dingwe yes wa bona so ke ithuta dio di ntsi le just the romantic language. I learned a lot from him, and I was very happy to see Motswana a similar ibile to be honest, when he started water bottles, he should have went into lubrications because when you speak of something, you say it with Gure. Eventually, I don't know if it was on the pipeline, but eventually he went into that. I was very happy that he also ventured into that so that Botswana now they can use the lubricants that are available locally because we import a large number of them. So it's always good to have a local provider and supplier mo Botswana. Yeah.
One of the institutions that you heavily criticized Miss Botswana. Like, what is your take on Miss Botswana currently? Your general overview here, like Miss Botswana.
Yes, actually, in the past few weeks or so, I had a good call with one of them there. And to talk about a number of things about the running, and I was very pleased that we spoke. My thing about Miss Botswana, as I have said also to him, and I have said publicly, is that you see when you run, Miss Botswana is sort of an art, and it's passion before anything else. So people who are there, or who were there, and then the BCWA. The institution that hold the license, high honest, the Korbanaba did that thing is a money-making scheme. So one hustles did a money-making scheme. Or hello, budget and everything like us, and look at how they have dressed our previous queens. Look at the photography that went into there. Everything hella and and that person is going there to represent me, to represent you, to represent the country. And therefore, I just love anything to deal with fashion. I love fashion a lot. So I can tell you listen so CD. So in order. So that is why I'm able to pick so do tse dingwe tse neng di dirwa ko Miss Botswana di gole mme maloba ya ka kere ne re sa tswa go bua le gampe go ke tsala ke rela nka bala ke renya re kopaneng hale le nna ke ne ke le critic go mo sephiring ke re ke mme bankanyang hana gongwe they would listen and they would grow as an industry.
You were emphasizing much on the places that Pale Samuel Efe went to. You know, like Botuli blogs.
Yes,
like
because what they did, she never worked on any of her projects. She was merely running with the BTO tenders. She was not visiting SOS. She never visited as in on time. She never did anything selling gore look at, for instance, her name is still there. We know some of the projects that she worked on it. And then a lot of Amata, Hobatu, or Bohuwa, Kwana, a lot of Mutuna was a pena coincidence. To visit institution Yakabo UB, it would have but disability more thing to visit certain NGOs and everything, because I get some of those were not rolling Madi for them, they were not bankrolling them. So Botswana in general, they were pushing these Africa Euro version e leng gore motho ha le ko mahatsheng ha akanya Botswana akanya diphologolo akanya mantswe so they were selling that Euro approach ya ka go nna go tswana teng ha ke bara ke a Botswana ba akanya gore ga ke nne le batho ba akanya ga ke na podcast ba akanya gore ke nna le dithuto yana ga ba itse mo ga borone mo nte go hitisa le di capital cities tsa bone so how rabat gore when you sell Botswana is she is don't just sell a certain part e leng gore ngwente kana empe o bore nya ke one ya Botswana sell Botswana se fetsa re nyame o ka ya go makgadi bile ga tsoka gape o ka tsena mo Botswana mo ga borone wa bona gore re na le dikago tse dinte wa tsena mo madikolo wa bona gore na le madikolo mo nta actually you be one of the nicest and beautiful university that I've seen. Yes, better than some in Europe, like development hella-wise. It's there, but people don't see it because we sell mantswe, we sell diphologolo. Araba spetse nyame le ka tsela bangwe ba ta go tsena sekolo kwano, le ka tsela bangwe ba ta go seta business mo ga borone or whatever. So we only sell them orinya. For now you can only come here for tourism and that's the end of the road for you. We don't say make na ka ta mo ga borone mo wa investor or any other
like you
thing.
mentioned you know what like that podcast in Botswana
yes
like the whole lot of things mo
the
Botswana
podcast don't come with your crew kwana or the itela crew kwana go emetse leng gore ba ka go thusa so we don't sell that we only sell certain things and that is disadvantaging us because in the end the beneficiaries or the key players in the tourism industry are the few, not the many. The people who work there are not even paid well. So therefore, only people who benefit are the few. Haete gore be benefit the majority of the masses.
Everyone.
Min kanare ke tsama kanare ke tsogana kwa kana ka tsama ke tsore camera hala be ke re photographer ke ya bona mo ga borone. Be ke hetala kwa lena ba ya go ntsa dinepe. Because we don't sell that, we sell the idea or it's an undeveloped, a primitive society, a society that people still wear matalo and everything. Na ha ke tsena kwa ibile ba ngwana ba khona ba o itse se kwa o itse se kwa bana ha ba dumele re bua se kwa ba bona gore ke apara letalo ke a hanta kwana ha ke tsena kwa ba bona gore I'm an undeveloped person so that thing e hella leader to certain things e leng gore ha o bua ka Botswana re developile sengwe ba tsela ga rena le computer ba tsela ga rena dio tse dingwe people need to see gore Botswana yes we pride ourselves with tourism we pride ourselves with beef and diamonds of course but they need to see that also we are educated and knowledgeable gore ha gore ba bata certain people who have done certain things or qualifications they can come in Botswana we go ba attract even highly qualified and highly skilled personnel but not rekisa diphologolo hela
it means Botswana tota like as an
yes
institution
rekisa diphologolo hela gore nya reka diphologolo how many people are benefiting from that very few and actually even the most interesting part is that even the booking websites and the booking management they're not managed in Botswana when I pay for something like I pay for a number of things I pay them in rents or in USD so it means that Botswana they benefit less from that because we don't want to localize most things we don't want to move them gore re khona go dira ditiro gona hana re busetse mananeo mo bathong
I like still on that I once seen your post to bua gore like in Dublin there are a number of people who recognizes William as KRM or like like for you to floss that like you told them
that boy is big that boy is big I've been to even Limerick I've been Watford Cork I've seen people who know him actually I like Botswana William the whatever TikTok he's a popular guy and I was really had what's the Forbes
and like you were specifically complaining what William should have been there
yeah and not only William there are many brightest minds here who are doing very well unfortunately those were purposely excluded from that and bangwe ba hane ke le temo ga bonone ba di socialite ke tsela ke re le nna nka bo ke tsero e bogote ka gore go socialite ya pa o go socialite so no but she's big she's big she's that Maya here actually yeah she deserves to be there just that there are certain people that I can't mention who I felt like they need mentorship for them to go there.
No, but like you can mention them.
Yeah.
Like what does say? Like,
No,
just mention them.
some of them are my friends. So
Hey.
You're an honest guy.
Hey, be honest, bro.
I wouldn't mention them, but hella, by long word, they were said to be running online businesses. But one, they didn't even have a Facebook business page. Two, they didn't even have a website. Three, they didn't have.
You mentioned that.
Yes,
Hey.
even the house check or a company when they registered. Look up for register a company, hella my company.
Hey.
Never said register a company.
But they were there.
They were there. So
Hey.
now, no, me, you guys needed to. Some of the people who were there actually, Madiasentsong Aba Isakwa, Gabana the received to sponsor them, to sponsor their businesses or the whole. Gabo I inject Tilomote or the inject. A lot of people today, and I say this publicly, who went there, 99% of them didn't benefit anything. If there is anyone who said they benefited, ask them what the results after how many of them have set up a website today? Just a website, the numbers not website. None. Maybe 4 or 3. Majority of them little contact that thing. How many of them had been to a business meeting after that, to South Africa, to wherever, or even a Zoom call? None. Basically, most of them who were there were lost. Because you see, this thing about networking, how networking, it's a personality sort of that people can just come here and then they network and then they go. You don't need the manner in which a lot of people who they don't do that. So I felt like the money that was used on that and on some people, they deserved that money for I inject to more business in Zabone. Ebe di hola. Nka bo gampe ko ba godile. La go na 10,000 pula ka 20,000 pula. It would have went a long way for them rather than that.
So like your general overview here about the Forbes, how to get the Forbes under 30. How to get them?
30 under 30.
Like the Forbes 30 under 30 game, like an overview about it. Like was it?
My overview was that 30% people who were them deserved to be there.
Like only
inspiring. And 70% of them who were there deserved the funding rather than to be there, because being being there, it was not benefiting them. What they need is funding, it's support. The support they didn't deserve to be there. They deserve the funds so that once they can be there. Yeah, so right now they are not yet there. So they needed the funding. Even still today, but the funding. I know my dear seller. I'm going to give a 2 cents now. I'm going to give a tao.
Come on, tao. Hey, so like for someone who has been living like in Europe, Botswana king, like Miss Botswana, Forbes 30, 30. Do like we always having these conversations. For smoke of Botswana, how can we get these agencies that are being put in place? Ghana, could like, but their opinions or Matata Botswana Eka. For instance, the Forbes 30 under 30, I don't think that it was organized by the government directly. You know, I think that a certain agency was given the job for you. We put in this up, like that qualified, and all that. Where now for someone who has seen both worlds, what would you say? Botswana case?
Plus, hella looking from the outside.
Yes. I think Botswana are a supporter. Look at even, I'd say, construction or any other industry. The government delegated me to do something. I don't do it honestly. The cost. Project failure. In doing that also har executor. So bunti ba se le ka mo Botswana ke honesty ke transparency ke accountability le go monitora a project. Most of them ra tsa be re dira be re togela be re sa monitor be re sa evaluate the project gore me project a teng e tsamailang. So ke sone se leng gore sa dira le go tlhoka nnete mo ganong gore bontsi ba batho ba rona ba boiha modimo in a theoretical sense, not a practical sense. So ga ba khone gore se ba se dirang ba re me go mona a me ke poiho ya modimo. So the culture on its own hela gape le ya gore go bogote go na le bagolo yalo ya culture ya bolope e seng gore bogolo in terms of age gore e leng gore it's just see no evil, hear no evil. You have to praise gore nya me go molemo ke yone culture e leng gore hela leader e leng gore in Botswana, for instance, you can lose your job just simply for criticizing something. As in being professional, just simply saying, okay, me, you can wake up unemployed because
can I attend
yes, whatever,
or like an endorsement deal or something.
So our culture is tailored around to be a praise singer. So if you don't say God is good all the time, you say something else, the society on its own on an outcast because our society ke gore o sontse wa tsama hela yana ha o rwa botsa umolato even in our families gontse hela yalo. So that thing is mo family mo dikolong e be nna le mo society be gola helana be re define as a society. So our society is too conservative and being too conservative has led gore dio tse dingwe di ska dia tswelela dio tse dingwe di ska dia ragola in terms of critic and everything kana mo mahatseng o khona go dira madi o living ile gore o critica di movie ile gore kwa na o di reviewang o khona ibile go na le YouTube channel leng gore ke ile gore ha ba ta go bana movie distance tse di criticize ya tengwa o search mo ile gore di buka tse leng gore you can just make a living out of that. And most of the products actually le bo Apple before ha ngwa di neelwa batho di bo history hitile ka bone di reviewer go to review something it's an art, it's a skill. But mo Botswana how critique something ke lehuha ke boloi ke go bona Motswana mo ngasa tswelele sente gore we look at things from a very narrow perspective. We don't look at them from a broader perspective. But this person has let's dilo gore di gole nna ke gore no stizi wa jala sa stizi ke moloi stizi eno na complain hela stizi hela is an unhappy soul, it's what ga re no ha re go gola nothing can ever grow without being critiqued. Actually the kolo is there nana today I di simola ka go 70s bo whatever dine di critique ka batho gore kolo yena ga stolena le se fitia teng sina di airbag yalo di sina boeng. Anything to grow it has to be critiqued and also it has to be praised, of course. But overly praising something make you overlook gore go ga teng ga nna sente. So that's the unfortunate part there bona nya culture a rona. Me I'm however happy the development there now ya 2000
it's like that game changers.
Yes, they are. I believe Botswana that we have today. Yes, Motaso. So I believe that in the next 20 years, the Botswana that we have now, it would have changed. Bone ga ba tshabi dilo ya ka rona ba eleng gore re hantse re tsaba. Bona ipuela hela gore this place is boring, man. You know, I like their confidence. Most of them they are confident. Most of them they are radical, and most of them what they think big. Rona ga ba kanya mo go tentsa no, they are liberal, and that's something that I admire about them. I wish I had been born in that generation.
And like one of the people that you have heavily criticized, not once, not twice, but numerous times, is Vee Mampeezy.
Yes.
What attention? Like whenever there's someone, something siragala around, and you know, like divert that attention to himself. You know, I think that the last time it was during the Soul Fill Up Yaga Franco. Like if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So like what do you take on Vee Mampeezy?
I think I grew up idolizing Vee a lot.
Dude, like we all like
all of
us.
Yeah, so you see when you grew up idolizing someone, you expect perfection from them.
Yeah.
And then how Saiboni, you end up being angry at them or why you yes, because Ghana, you see Hampe Komakazi is touring the world. He's supposed to tour the world. He's there. He has achieved everything that Shimakazi has. So nka bo ke mmona gampe ko bo UK ko bo
Maro
Australia
sentse a ba le bo 80 ye.
asa kore a se mo le ruleng la dikatse he's a yes he's a brand and so it pained me gore be ke bona ile gore I feel like people around him ga ba ite ba mara ba re no he an align your brand but he's a you know there is a Vee wa street wa bogologolo yo eleng gore wa makeishane
Le Pantsola
wa le
legends.
Pantsola there is now the Vee the businessman a Vee a guy who stays in Pakalano eleng gore I'm admire who is supposed to be a bit professional
Yeah.
who's supposed to do certain things certain way yes I na le the underhand whatever mo mo ira yalo but eseng gonna so brutal gonna so out there we put gore between Vee le someone there Kimang and he's supposed to be out there and he's not to me I feel like he's limiting himself by
Do you genuinely feel sorry
by competing with people
Yeah.
who he's not supposed to compete with. He's supposed to inspire those people. He
Yeah.
doesn't have a local competition thought.
Yeah.
To tell the truth.
True.
Yeah, so he's supposed to be competing with guys in South Africa, guys
Yeah,
out
everywhere.
there. And here la gore hotela hela gore ibile nka ba gampe go Vee go ngasara na school of music go ngasara
Yeah.
some
Big
sort of
things.
studio go ngasara an academy go ngas something kore yes ilo skidonyana kore ile gore stana le bule le gore ya Vee ela gore ra itse gore ke aga Vee because he's already all out there mo go mo ile gore just to support himself there and there but he focused on small things and then we go the Vee yelong gore kwana ile gore hello but hi ladies yes
No, feel free. So like, do you usually feel like o rata attention? Like o batla go divert attention a mongwe le mongwe to ene? Because that has been said a whole lot of times. Yes.
Kore yes. He ended up fitting himself everywhere.
Yeah.
And any project, any product that fits itself everywhere, hella lose a veil.
Yeah.
Hella even a diamond. A diamond is never all over. La haraka sa shaba to ba rambana le diamond whatever. Wa we tell gore most of them ke fake. You never find diamond everywhere. So he fit himself in everything. Gucci tse mona we tell gore.
Tsa we jozo.
Ke tell gore price at ni negotiate.
That's the negotiation. I understand that you were once a staunch UDC member.
Yes.
Like youth league or whatsoever, and like you were part of the SRC Yabasco.
Yes.
Like you were representing the UDC.
Yes.
Hey.
I was part of the UDC but under BMD.
Oh, BMD.
Yes. So nekile gone hana ebe as a student activist so be ke khona go nna mo SRC under BMD of the UDC and then ha ke a go tsombo Botswana ne system BMD as in Borandaba who I admired ne ba se ba ntshitswe go nna le go bobonong.
Yeah.
And then I left the country so I think I lost the confidence in
BMD or UDC or what?
The BMD and also the opposition as a whole.
Yeah, as a whole.
Yes, I think I had so many things that I had expected from them. They never did. You know what? The politics hela mo Botswana hela yone is not as you expect it to be from a textbook point of view.
Yeah.
And that to me is not even worth it.
Like politics Botswana or kana
opposition.
opposition.
Our politics hela is not worth it. The only thing that you need is simply to have enough money to sponsor those who are in politics so that you can control them and so that they can make decisions in your favor. That's the only thing that you need. Under that name, but hella, it's just the messy, it's just the dirty, it's just something else that you only need to just to associate yourself with it. For it to benefit you, you to benefit it. Actually, most people are just a commodity, like a thing. Wanna have a benefit from it.
So, like, who would you say, like, is your from the politicians that we have here? do you have like your favorite? Or like, can you point at someone who were like this guy, like he's a genuine one?
The only person that I think I like, she's one woman that I'd always look up to her, and then Randa Bahaolati, and then Manasha, and then who else? This guy Wakanya,
Kwanye. Dog. Like you like take him Kataman, your boss.
Don
Tapelo
Yes, I admire him. And then
It's hard. I almost.
yes, and then the Minister of Finance, Peggy Serame.
Peggy Serame?
Yeah, she's very good.
Is it?
Yes, I think because we have interacted before.
Oh, yeah.
And she's and then who?
So like, who is the worst, Mogoy?
I
Come on. Like, who is the worst? Slumber.
He's a cool guy, man. He's a cool guy. I think I admire him.
Slumber.
Yes, I admire him. I don't know why people. Maybe because I've seen Wes. I don't know why people are.
Oh yeah, like you've seen Wes.
Yes,
Like-
Kumakweng actually.
Oh, Kumakweng.
Yes.
And
And not to me, think he's a gentleman. Yes, he's a gentleman. Just that, Gure outside here, I think now I look at him the same way I look at Ndaba.
hey.
Yes, I just see people who are very calm, who are very sweet, who are very. Gure ba long gore ga ba go thope. Gure hela society and it's very rude. But I gore motho se gent ta go boroko what. He's just a calm guy. I think that's what I see about him. And also that I think he's not arrogant. Yes.
Yeah. So like, according to you, I remember like that other time, like we had a chat and then one tower, like, yeah, you don't believe that you're an influencer.
Yes.
According to you, what is an influencer? Because like we were actually having this conversation with my team, Malo. So not like I was saying that to me, Kuri, you wanna see if like this definition of influencer, yeah, change are gonna improve almost every day. And currently I can say that an influencer is someone who has an influential opinion. Mohon. According to you, what's an influencer?
Yeah, like but an influencer it evolves and also it's subjective. People often overlook something. A celebrity, just someone being celebrated out there, and then there is someone who is popular. Just a populist.
Like moto itsuing ke
Yeah, o itsuing ke batho hela le mo magaeng go re tswang teng gona batho ba neng re ba itse hela mo gae gore a le ito tshameka mbolo. Yeah. And then go gonna le an influencer. Ebe go nna le gore gape ga go ten influencer go twa yang, is it a social media influencer le go gae hela go na le banna ba leng gore ne ba re influencer hela mo community mo leng gore ne ba they could bring order. Ela ha ba emela le go khoteng gote hey didimalang motho a teng ha emela la itse gore sort of that's how he influenced people. Mathata a rona mo Botswana we associate being an influencer with having money or having luxury. We associate it with cosmetic things, material. So therefore, an influencer is someone who influences people in terms of fashion, who influences people in terms of views and opinions and even trends. So that's an influencer in my view. And even this guy who is always insulting me, Motaso, whatever his name is, actually he has influenced a whole lot of people in terms of
Forex.
Yeah, Forex actually. He has.
True.
I admire him for that. He has influenced them on their own and noted gore intsiang a isiame khotsa ga ya siama. And others in terms of fashion, Rabona, and actually even Kahiso, as in the wife, Vee. Yes. In terms of fashion, she's a trendsetter. She influences other young girls or young. Others that are sort of opinionated, ba khona ba ngwe hela le comedy mathata a teng hela gore mo Botswana ha ke re samane is influence that's why ke saba go bua le bang gore
nya bua
for example Riri is also an influencer
but
no kore ke akanya ba bangwe gape lot of folks that I know. BJB Lene, he's an influencer.
Lala.
Isi Lala, Bo Pinini, they're just simply riding more the downfall of BJB. And I believe if I were him, I would just ignore them and heal. Because he needs to heal on himself. That thing has broken him, and then he's a good guy. About they are not. They're just simply people are supporting them based on emotions, not based on anything that they do.
Oh, so like when that one would do Motaso.
For yes, at a certain point, people are supporting them because. Baneba like some of the baby mamas ba itse gore na ba sa tiki baby daddy sente ba ntse tsa stress a bone mo go ene bo mo go BJB some people baneba feel gore sana se buile gore ga ba khona tlhaloganya gore o dirile phoso ke ngwana yes o ka betswa kana o ka tweng me ga ra itshwarelwe a gole gore they just want to break him so not to me that he has been unfairly judged, he has been harshly judged. Things that he said, things that he has done, we have all done them. In one way or another.
It's
so
true,
we need to or me ha dira senta mosadi ga tso yana kana ngwana mosana ga tso yana aba gola e bereka motse gore mebile re bata kana we therapy kana we kae kana we counseling kana go pa le banang ba go ruta gore mosadi tsa wa yang gore re ka mosola ene ba ka inspire bana ba bangwe ya no rena we just want to break him so not to me, he's an influential guy.
BJB.
Yes.
So BJB, we cannot get done without talking about Agatha Atlholang. I mean,
Agatha!
The boss lady herself.
Actually, the
boss lady.
I'm just dying to have a coffee with her.
Do you know that? They're like, are you aware? I mean, like I saw her and they're like, we actually had a conversation like the other day. Do you know that like during that time? Now going on like that standoff.
Yes.
Like she ended up losing her slot on BTV.
Did she?
Yeah, she did. And it was influenced by your post. You know. So
what I said about her. She's too stubborn like me, and in doing so she's not calculative. In doing so what actually she had said, it was bad, and it also gave her she failed to capitalize on that actually. It was just pure body shaming. So then I even questioned her life coach. I even had to look into her all those things. Whatever that she did or the outcome, it could have long been avoided. Agatha, like me, because she has a personality like me. She's all the time right. Avoid this thing. That is why I want to meet her actually and hug her and learn a lot from her. Actually, she's a good woman. And certain things that she says that very there are certain things that you need to respect. And marriage is an institution that we need to respect. Sort of ethics in anything that you do. Life coach here, Botswana is America. The ethics in anything. Life coach. So I admire her confidence.
So like, would you be willing to have some coffee with her?
Oh, I'm dying actually. In the next 2 weeks,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask someone gore a botoka antirele meeting le ene hela ke gona coffee nae. Yes.
and like the good thing is that, like I was saying, we were having like a chat. Malobantare, like she's back on TV. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. Or like on an event and like she was covered by BTV, and like she was telling me that and I really like one of the things that made people go about differently was that podcast that we had. You know, like this Gure, like the podcast,
Wow.
like it laid a platform
Wow.
for batho ba
It
kgone go
opened-
tlhaloganya kwa tswang teng and all
Yes,
that, and like
yes.
it opened like a whole lot of doors for
Wow,
her. So
wow.
now she's back on TV.
Wow.
You know, like she's no longer blacklisted.
Wow.
You know, in closing, a re boele go kganyele ya Forex. Hey, what is your take on Forex?
You see, I come from the world whereby honali actually Forex or online gaming or gambling rehab. They have lost everything that Bamodi rehab. Forex, gambling, and anything, it's a risky business. Risky than ibile ha kerekele dipudi tse 10. Ke khona go di lusa tse mo tsa tsimi ke khona go di shaba. Yone Forex out 5,000 tse mo tsena khona mo lusa wote bo sa lo isopere. Kore e swana hela le go tsana mo casino. And ibile gape it can make you an instant multi-millionaire. Go tswa hela gore one bontsi ba bone, that is why most of them actually mo Botswana what they do. But sela ka tsone this academy or the tutorial but sela ka tsone to manage people's accounts because game gora gore ha se madi a gago a o sa go hulelang, you can simply trade with 1.5 ha o tu botho ba go a lose. So higher risk leads to higher income and higher losses. So therefore ga se madi a bone, they need you go sponsor bone gore ba tswela bontsi ba Botswana. That is why most of them are always looking for new students. People should ask themselves, if Forex was paying the local traders in Botswana, why majority of them are fighting for tomate ka 500 kulanyana wa go bohelo a joine? Why ba sa inne bile gongwe ba sa adimisile batho madi gore no nna le tang ka gona 500 pula hela ha o dira ke gone o tabong busetsa le 1000 pula. Why ba sa dirialo? Why ba batla gore batho ba joine e be ile gore bona ba rute go dira income? So how lebelela you find that Forex in Botswana, people who have achieved, majority of them, yes, there are a few who have done it on their own, but majority of the ones that baba ro gamba to mo Facebook bontsi ba bone e a bo ile gore ba lifestyle ya bone kana whatever se ba sa accumulating, majority of the things that they have, they are sponsored ba bone ba leng gore ha ba hetsa go dira madi kana gore ha ke banela 1.5 e ba go beta ka ene kana da gambling ba go beta e bata ka 20,000 to ba mo supana 20,000 teng ka go sapa o mohumanegi wena o bola ke tala. So ha no go to bola ke tala Motswana ta ba re kana me go bua nnete ke na le thoko Motswana ta ba tsa 500 pula go mo tshelo kana 1,000 pula go aba o tsenya ebe Motswana a lose. That is why today, because most people happy, the way they sell it is that it's an instant thing. It's not an instant thing. Learning Forex, it's just like learning a degree. It's observing even the market. Most people about Forex, they don't even understand the Irish politics. They don't even understand the UK politics. They don't even understand the US politics. Not even the Ukrainian war. So how then are they able to trade when these are gamblers? They don't even understand the market. They don't even understand even to mentor their students. How mentor? They spend the whole time flashing things and then just betting and gambling. Casino so majority of them are gamblers, and Botswana, they need to be vigilant of that. If they want to learn Forex, they should go on YouTube and learn. They should also research who are honest traders. It's not something that you would learn with 1.5. It's something that takes time, something that takes. Now I have seen traders where I come from, real traders. Not just that. I believe. I
wanted to ask you.
Yes, there are lots of them. Actually, even the ATMs still because of Forex. The Forex logo helalo. Ibile they are highly regulated. So therefore now. This is just a gambler. So there are quite good guys that I can't mention that. Some of them we have a close relationship that traders that are making killing out of that. And of the 50 of the 100 who does that, less than 20% of them would make something.
You were emphasizing that Motaso in particular, like, is not like a genuine forex trader?
Not to me, he's a gambler.
Uh-huh.
He's a gambler. He's not a trader. I view him as a gambler. He just gamble, and then that's it.
So, like, you made a research on that?
Yes,
like,
I've made
and
actually. There was one research that I made about her. Then I said, you know what, this guy, he's a chancer. He just take chances and then he deceive people. And he's a learner. He's a hard worker, of course, but not to me, he's a gambler. I don't see him as a trader. And so are some people. I just see them as a gamblers. That is, and people are sponsoring his gambling habits.
No, but like for him, with him, I understand that, but like he doesn't manage accounts.
No, he's currently he's running this thing academy.
Oh yeah,
yes,
academy.
Yes, as in by graduating. Any academy has to have someone who graduated in the last 5 months or 3 months or 2 weeks. Motaso Forex that is why I even challenged him at some point so that he sponsor to date, he hasn't shown me a single student. He has only come with some manipulated screenshots, some sort of reaction. So yeah, so therefore but now I admire his thing. Just that I don't consider him as a trader.
Yeah,
my apologies for that. But now I don't consider them as traders. I encourage YouTube and learn how to trade and learn forex and learn bonus deck and learn everything for themselves and also read, because it needs a bit of reading and it's a patience. Forex the instant millionaires. Sponsor for 4 years. If at all, forex. So it is not what it is. So it is, the grass is not green, unfortunately. Learn those.
Yeah, so like in closing, say something to the people one last time.
Botswana beso ke mo gae ke itumela beleng ka mogetse ke itumela go bu le hantse le tshwere le hatsela lona ka thogamo go bo le santse le godile le mo meweng, and in everything I'm really happy to be mo Botswana. And nahela se ke sa se tumeleleng hela ke di mask a ka rata mask blind, especially outdoor mask. I feel like the world has moved. Where I come from, it's been 4 months since ke bone mask. So I genuinely feel that batho ba tsama mo strateng mona re setse re tsere mokento. It defeats the purpose ya mokento. Mokento ne re tsela gore le hatse le khona go move in process. We need to move on with life. Lift some of these remaining COVID restrictions, so and then do life after COVID, and then adjust it to life after COVID. And economically, in terms of everything, we need to move beyond that, unless if there is science that would inform us, not perceptions, because what is left is just the perception, it's just the fear, it's not based on anything. So even figures that back up that not mask wa ya magothe gongwe le gongwe yo batang le gale go rwala kana yo leng gore is at risk ka tswa la o rwala, but iseng gore re ga ke tsana mo shopong khantele ebe batho ba ntibile yana be gote ko rwala na mask ke na le formantse ke sa rwala ke tsere mokento ke o tsela gore government o dueletse yaanong ka re o tsere government ga re ke ipaballe mask wa mena yana go thola ko rwele mo letsatsing le kana nna tota wa mpalla ebile gore ko rwale ke o rwala tota ka di go ka go nnile le gore yana cause ha ile gore ke COVID tantsana ke ikentile mo nakong ya gompeko e tabo ile yame ebile ke ta isolate ke ta so ke le no se gore ke a so, but at the present moment the country and the world needs to move beyond COVID. We need to be, of course, cautious me gore beretsa marole mask mo letsatsing le kana when there is no science informing that, when there are no figures informing that, ga go na mosola ebile ga go berekele ope. Ga re people need to move on and even the economy need to move on. Some things can be done because of these restrictions. They are very costly for a lot of things, so we need to move. Mahatsi asoletse ha o ka tsena
Wa dira sa bona ba Ministry of Health again.
Hey, ya basaba.
Kerela re wa dira sa bona.
Kerela gore whosoever e leng gore go ngota ba editse. Ha na la ka te go itse gore nna ke mongwe wa Batswana ba e leng gore ga ke rwale. Bontsi ba Batswana ba rwalang di mask bontsi ba di rwala hela gore ha ba ka ke ba ratsana mo shopong bogota a dirwa ya ka nna ke o lebetsa ke buana na ke kgono tsana mo shopong so ba rwala for convenience sake. It's not like ba o rata go rwala ha ne o ka emiswa go ngolong kana ena go ithopela le go kgono tsa mo shopong sa rwala yo leng gore ba ta rwala nka bontsi wa temba sa rwala ya no ba fa sa go rwala ya no nna ka khantse gore ke na le karaganya na kwa ke santse ke ba na ba ka se go lebetse cause na tota doesn't work for me. I'm used to life without mask and I want to maintain it that way and ebile keep abal ha le go kana di symptoms ke a isolate ke motho ngora I'm a responsible citizen. I don't even have site here le ile ke tswa gone kwane ke testa ke gore go Botswana nna ke batla go bona gore okay mme ga ke na eng cause ke batla go tsenya ba ke tshela nabo mo di phatseng.
So like you got both shots like one time
one thalo bobedi and ke ne ka lwalanyana and I'm happy that I took because ni kerela gore ke khone go nna ke sa rwala mask gape le gore ke protect ba bangwe ya no gore be gote ke o tsebe ke rwala mask for how long and why.
There's this perception of a booster mukentelo I think like what COVID how sharp when like the number of people like they are dying collapse and like I've seen rumors or total like there's a perception of
yes tota hela nna gantsi ke bata go dumela mo goreng something that is scientific, something that is based on facts. You know, more are just the conspiracy theories. Yes, any mukento or any treatment would always have the side effects. Unfortunately, our COVID is shots commodity layer. Like I had a running stomach, headache. Actually, I got flu after that. I think I even went blind actually.
Blind?
But yes, for a day I went blind. The next day I couldn't see. I went because my so it had all those things. I just in the morning I couldn't see, like I couldn't see anything. So that's the big nugget. But since then, the only thing I don't remember how we can label weights. People need to drink water. People have blood test. Then we can say yes, Dr. Gure, then they can conclude
in closing, like last thing here. For someone who has lived in both Botswana and in Europe, are we a developing country? Like are we in a good streak of development? Like are we doing well? Like in terms of development?
Yes, in
like
terms
as a country.
Yes, in terms of development, we are doing fairly good. The only thing that we are not good at the mindset that we to develop ourselves and to develop also our country. Most of us, I think, greed has taken over. Because that we develop in the country also. Kore mo Botswana mest ha ke tshwere sengwe ke batla go ja ke le no sika na ke dire sem benefit se no se le ba lwa palaka. So that thing has also delayed or corruption or theft and le bogodu jo bontsi. Ke yone hela ngi dila gore in terms of development, a legacy. We don't want, this gentleman can art to sing a sena no. So that thing has led to the government and to individuals losing lots of money and everything.
So like the problem is the mindset.
Yes, our mindset, we need to change it.
All right. Hey guys, this is how we come to the end of this one. So like my director is going to fire me today. Chief Ghost.
What's up?
Yeah, in closing.
Yeah, we have to level subscriber. Sonso re correct yo gore khona go nna perfect. Ba tswela lo ba subscribe and Mr. Raymond, thank you so much for showing yourself for the biggest podcast in the land.
Yeah.
Ba le so tsa di logo tsa rona.
Ba le so go tse di logo tsa rona.
All right, guys, and this is how we sign out with the pow. We out.
Are officially plugged into the Overview Podcast. Overview.